Man, what's cracking, everybody? It's your boy Lucky Loco coming at you to see what's going on, man. As you can see in the title, man, it's called "The Blues Are Getting Everybody." And there's a homeboy that I met. You know, still the homeboy, still cool. Um, I met him in the transitional phase of stopping the banging, stop it, claiming the homeboys from out there in East LA. He's a MS-13. Became real good friends, man. Like I was there for him when his grandmother passed away. I was there for, you know, just looking out for one another. And it was crazy. We became like really, really great, really good friends. Still are, man. But I got hit up through TikTok. I was like, "Hey, man, can you send some money?" And um and it's crazy because I'm I'm uh I'm like, yeah, if it's the right person, man, I'll definitely send you some money. And I was gonna video call him and see, make sure it wasn't somebody just who hacked in his account. I asked his other friend, it's like, hey man, is that Kelvin? Or I don't want to say his name. Is that the homeboy? He's hitting me up and it doesn't sound like him. And fucking sure enough, man, it was a homeboy, man. And it's heartbreaking because he's a close friend. I got family members too, and that are on it. My son was on it. You know, a lot of stuff that Flacco talks about behind the scenes. He did try to help my son through the what's up there, Shadow Pit. He tried to help my son through his addictions behind the scenes, and he tried a lot of stuff, man. I tried to go different, a lot of different things for my son, and and to see my homeboy in that condition, dude, holy smokes. That was just heartbreaking, man, just to see the whole. Because the homeboy is cool. He's really good people, man, and he was definitely a hard worker. Dude had the last time I seen him, he had what is that called? A Jaguar, man. Oh, Johnny Chingas, man, how you doing, brother? See me, padum, padum. Every single time I see you, brother, I'm gonna go ahead and sing that song for you, bro. But yeah, these blues have really dug into the community, man, and it's heartbreaking to see my homeboy. Man, it is nuts to see homeboy Torpedo like that, man. And it's got a lot. I still got a lot of love and respect for him, and and he was, man. Like I said, me and him were close, and even though me being this is like I said, this is the transitional phase of when I stopped banging. I get out of prison. I wanted to quit while I got out. I didn't want everybody saying, "Hey, man, uh, um, I was here." I didn't want anybody to say, "Hey, man, I made Lucky lay down his flag. I punked him out," and nobody's ever going to be able to come up with a story like that, saying, "Oh, well, I got lucky," whatever. I made him bow down and all this other stuff, and that's just little kid stuff while I was in prison. That was my mindset at that time. So it took super close. Man, it's crazy, and when those blues, it came into my household, man. It came to my son. My son stole money. He stole. I had a $5 bill that this dude. I don't know if you know him, Wes Studi, Native American actor, and all these different movies. What is he? He's the one who got killed on Dancing with Wolves. He got surrounded and taken out. But yeah, that he signed a $5 bill for me. I got to meet Wes Studi, and it was like such an awesome thing. I used to keep it in my car and look at it. This is when I first started to do A and B because I was working at the casino at the time. But yeah, it's them blues, man. Holy smokes! It's just I was watching. You start. I know I'm not the only one that gets on YouTube and starts watching all these different documentaries and, start watching all these different people. And I started watching the one about my hometown of Vancouver, the fentanyl epidemic. And I started watching, because that's the area I grew up in. That's, back then it was the H, the China White, the Coke, but now it's the blues, and the blues have took over, and it's just, I watched and I was really really hoping it was a hacker. You know what I mean? I was really hoping it was a hacker that was asking for money because kind of sounded like him, but then it didn't. Well, it's cracking. We got Rich DM up in here. I really appreciate you guys. Shadow Pig, Johnny Chingas, see me bottom, bottom, bottom. But yeah, it tripped me out, man. It was whew. I just had to jump on and be like, man, because I see it. I know I'm not the only one that sees it. I don't care what town you're in, you're gonna see people on it, and it's taking over like wildfire. And the picture I posted, and it's crazy. The picture I posted, even on my community page, of the body they found over by McDonald's was my homegirl, and I didn't even know that. That was, because she was telling my wife, and she's like, "Hey, I'm having health issues. I'm not doing good." And then come to find out, man, it's always concerning, because it's for the people I see, whether they're Native American or not. But yeah, when it does hit home and when it's a loved one, it's true. That is, I can't argue with that. It is true. And when you got somebody you love and you care about so much, I don't think he's on it no more. But when he was on it, um, it was just crazy, man. It was, but yeah, when it's a homie like that, because man, I'm telling you, man, we used to go to the gym, go kick it. He would, that was fresh out. He was fresh out, and we get at women. You know what I mean? He was a player, bro. He was always, and then he's just like, now it's just like, man, I still my homie. Um, it's kind of heartbreaking. I kind of feel like just buying him something to eat. You know what I mean? Uber something to him, maybe, because I don't want that money. Man, yeah. And it's crazy because like you see it like come through like the whole thing was just just it's like wow, it's they say how powerful it is and how strong the stuff is, and yeah, it's crazy. People be like, oh, I'll just take quarter of it, I'll just do this, and it's just like, and then the how cheap it is. From last time I heard, it was like $3, like $3 or $4 a pill, compared to a $20. That's why you see so many people in my community. I'm pretty sure everybody else is, and I appreciate your comments there, my name. And you see a lot of people going through it, man. And it's wow. I think I'm just gonna Uber him something to eat. You know what I mean? Um, but I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? Because that's my homeboy. I got a lot of love and respect for him, man. Um, because and it's crazy for what I mean, just ex-northerner, and he's MS, and we get along. We got along like fucking great. And then I went to a couple of his house parties, man, and there's people kind of tripped out seeing me there, and they're like, he's like, yeah, that's my homie. You know what I mean? He's got a lot of pull in that community, in that era of you know of that lifestyle. He's got a lot of pull because he's seen the way he said went. Not, you know what I mean? It was he had a lot of respect. So when being able to come around and hang out with him and drink, laugh and share stories. And it was, there was no disrespect. There was, they're sharing stories about moving from uh, from East LA to. They're telling me stories about when they moved from East LA when they moved to San Francisco. And prayers to your little homie, man, and prayers to everybody on that stuff. Holy smokes, it's crazy how, man. I'm gonna turn my car off. Wasting some gas, but it is make sure the car good. Stereo gets turned off, but it's yeah, it's crazy. Like, dealing with alcoholism. With my alcoholism, I'm 2 years sober. The 18th of this month is 2 years. Your boy Lucky Loco's been off alcohol. And that is super cool, super awesome, super proud of myself. And, just the availability of going to the stores, going to the restaurants, um, hanging around with friends that do drink still. And I don't really go kick it like that. You know what I mean? When they're out there, I'm not a wet blanket. I'm not sitting there pouting like, oh, fuck, I wish I could have a drink. They respectfully know I don't drink, so it's cool, and it's Joker, what's cracking, buddy? Just the topic of blues. Like the blues is getting everywhere, man, and it's I don't know. It's sad. It's grim. I don't know if you've seen the beginning, but yeah, one of my close buddies like was inboxing me asking me for money, and I was like, man, yeah, I'll send a few bucks. But I wanted to make sure it was him, not a hacker. And then I started going through his page and started seeing the videos he posts when he's live and the stuff he talks about. And I was like, wow, dude, it was rough to watch. I was like, man, that's my homeboy. You know what I mean? And to see how he went from, cause he's a hardworking dude, man. He's like I said, he had a Jaguar. He had a really nice house out there in Colorado, man. He had a man. His house was on point. Like when I go out there and go party, man, it was like his house was dope. He had a Jaguar. He had what else did he have? A BMW. Um, and the house he lived at was a really strong family household because they all lived together. Like it was a really big thing. Like his house. Like I said, I can't get over how dope his house was, especially the area he lived in. Me living in Pueblo, Colorado, in the ghetto, you know, in the barrio, and to see where he was at, I was like, dang, wow, this place is dope. It's fucking nice. Congratulations. And, I just enjoyed Homeboy's company, man. He was a really still a close friend. I pray he gets off of it before it's too late, before anything else goes down, man. And, but yeah, I started seeing the comments of his children watching his videos and seeing the comments of just all these his friends, his fellow friends, because he's a really good dude. He is who he is, and he's from that barrio. And if it makes sense, he's still a really good dude. You know what I mean? A lot of these people that frown upon gang members and people from the criminal lifestyle, um, are like legit, like super good people. I trust them. The people that are in the business. A lot of my friends got out and they're own tattoo shops. They own tree service companies. They, other entrepreneurs, but a lot of them are tattoo artists now and own their own shops, which is pretty cool. And then landscaping. Uh, One of my homeboys went on to go be uh, a teacher at a university, and man, me and him ended up being cool just from being in prison and county jail together because we're from different sides. And we were always in competition with one another. It was always who's who's hustling more, who's getting these women, and and when you sit down and talk with somebody, and your boy Lucky Loco wasn't always a big fat ugly dude. So back in my younger days, I was pretty handsome, pretty cool looking dude. So we did, we talk about that, chop it up, and then because it's weird, rivals becoming fucking cool with one another. So, but yeah, he works at the university. He's a teacher, and I'm super proud of him. And he was loped, man. Man, I thought I was crazy, man. This dude was like at least 3 times more crazy than me. He went and uh, someone was like beating up his cousin, and he allegedly went over there and shot him 6 times. And it was just, you know what I mean? It was because I remember going to the county jail and I'd see him in there, and we kind of just like nodded, no disrespect to one another, but me being the only northerner in the unit, and it was crunch time. It was time to knuckle up. It was time to um, put on. Because you get called names, and also knew with the name Travis Bob, it's gonna be out there that we rolled him up, and I've been jumped in there, but that's I didn't leave. I fought back. You know, rock some people in there. Sometimes I could get my ass kicked too, but I've never left. I never felt no, no. As you know, it's when you're a young kid. But yeah, we become cool because when I seen him in the Buena Vista prison, he was just like, "Oh snap! What's up? What's going on?" And just meeting a lot of people that I did fist fight. And just keeping it solid, keeping it respectful. After that, it was just like no one ever called me a buster or chap again. It was just like, um, got it out the way in county jail, and and I knew one day I was going to prison. You know, as as a young as a young northerner that was hustling, that was out doing. I wasn't doing what I am doing now. You know, a legit businessman and family man. I was out there being a fool, and I knew people know. You're gonna go. You're gonna get sent up. A lot of us did. It's not like I was working and I got set up and got sent to sent to prison for no reason. But along that way, you become making friends with people. You start making. You start to meet other people like out. I'm trying to remember homeboy's name. He was a Broadway gangster. Crip. There was two of them, and they got one got sent back to California, and then you meet like other people too. Like I remember there was a bulldog that came into the unit. He was in the unit for like 2 3 hours, and he right away went. He got off. Like he had a dog collar, but yeah, he got off right away as soon as he got there. There's a big difference between California politics and Colorado politics, and you can tell when somebody from California hits the yard. So, but yeah, anyways, I'm kind of getting off topic, man. My kids are about to get home. My dumbass opened the window, and now there's flies in my car. Um, yeah, man, just want to say prayers to the homies out there. I kind of feel like just Ubering some money because I know what he's gonna do with it, and because I've had somebody ask me like, "Hey, send me some money. I need some money," and then I'm like, "Okay, well, how did we meet?" And they're like, they didn't know how we met, so I knew it was somebody that hacked their account. I had a my niece saying that she was in the hospital with her mom, and she covered. And she's on that stuff too. And she was like, "Oh, I just paid 5,000. If you could send me $2,500 to pay the rest of the medical bills." And I just blocked. I was like, "Yeah, no, that's not that person, man." But I got a catering job tomorrow. I'm chopping it up with Rich DM, man. Gonna call him later on. Get some graphic arts done and get it cracking, man. But appreciate you guys tapping in, man. I'll try to come up with some more stories. I've been busy as hell because it's only me. I'm going shopping. I went and did a. I got a lot of people from New Mexico coming up, man. From Albuquerque. They're coming up and they were like, "Hey, who has the best Native American food, man?" And they hit me up. Oh, nice too. Check this out. Check this out. I got some fry bread premix. So if you want to go ahead and hit me up, get some get some fry bread in the kitchen, man. Thanksgiving coming up here pretty soon. Um, yeah, get at me. AB Native American at Gmail. Hit me up and El Jefe, if you're watching, bro. Yeah, definitely give me a call. And I know somebody from out in California called me, and I missed a call yesterday. I'll try to call back today after 5 because I don't know if they're at work or not. I'll call them back at the same time. They tried calling me. Um, but yeah, I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and tap out and go kick it. I gotta make some lunch for my kids. So my kids are almost home. Just something simple. You know the red special, man. The macaroni and hot dogs, bro. But they don't complain. They love it. Much love and respect, you guys. You guys have a good one, man. And prayers to these people on that fentanyl, man. It's messed up.